We are going to go on to our second unit about measurement. This is going to take us about 5 to 6 weeks. So I'm just going to give you a general introduction of the type of things that you're going to learn about over the next few weeks. We're going to look at plane shapes, so those shapes that are 2D in nature. So they're flat shapes, they have width and breadth, but they don't have any thickness to them. So there'll be some revision that we'll be doing as well, and then we'll be moving on to some more challenging problems. Hopefully you can recognise all of these shapes. We'll then be looking at area of 3D shapes, so you can see that there is now some thickness, some depth to these shapes. And so we've got cuboids, cylinders, prisms, pyramid, cones and spheres. So with the prism, you can see with this shape, it's got the same area going straight through the shape, whereas a pyramid, it will either have an area like, in this case, a square going to a point. So that's the difference between those two shapes, which is a common thing that students mix up. Cones and spheres, and then if we cut a sphere in two, we have a hemisphere. Once we've learned all our basic skills, we look at some of the classic problems. So an example might be where we have a hot air balloon and it's got a diameter, so the distance from here to here is 30 metres, and it's got a height of 35 metres. We can work out the cost if you needed to construct this balloon, and it cost us $8.50 for every metre squared that we had. So we'll be working towards these sort of problems. We'll also look at scale, so we'll be looking at drawings that have a smaller version of the true picture, and we'll be able to work out and interpret drawings in that manner. We'll also be looking at surface area and volumes of things. So in this example, you will at the end be able to work out, in this example we've got a martini in the glass, and you'll be able to work out what a fraction there is of this liquid in here when it goes down by a half. And so one of the things that we'll be looking at is capacity, which is the liquid amount that fills up that volume. We'll hopefully get to trigonometry, so looking at 3 dimensions using Pythagoras' theorem, which some of you have used already before. We'll also look at angles of elevation and depression, so things like looking at the top of this lighthouse, and maybe there might be a boat at the bottom, and we'll be able to work out that this angle here, if someone was looking here on the boat looking up to someone at the lighthouse, we'll be able to work out some of these angles using a simple rule. Bearings are also very important, and so we'll be looking at north, south, east and west, and travelling distances using these angles that you may or may not have come across before. So that's basically what we're going to be looking at. We're going to start with our basic skills, and then we're going to move into some more practical problems.